Good morning to all. Today we discuss about the standard cell design style. You have to see in the diagram cell A, cell B, cell C, cell D. So A, B, C, D cells are to be represented in the different colors, and also cell library cells are there. You have to see the connections, some interconnections between the A, B, C, D. There is a lot of interconnections. So selects predefined cells to implement the logic. So the cells are predefined logic which having the same height, that is called as standard cell design style. You have to see in the diagram. So different cells are there. The height is used to be same. You have to see A and A. So in the 4 rows we have to using the cell A. In the 4 rows we have to using the some rows we have to using the cell B, and some rows we have to using the cell C and cell D, and there is interconnections are there. So advantage of the standard cell based ASIC: advantages and drawbacks. First one, advantages. So designers save time. So because we are having the same height of the standard cells, in the previous diagram we discussed that same height which represent the standard cells. So we are using some standard cells for that designing the ASIC. So the time which is to be saving, and also cost wise it is to be a cheap one. And the next one, the risk factors which is to be very low in that standard cell based ASIC. So we are using the pre-designed and pre-tested and pre-characterized standard cell library. Standard cells in the library are customized using the full custom. So each standard cell can be optimized individually. For example, to a minimum area. So the area coverage used to be a minimum area, that is we are to focusing on, and also we have to speed up the device. We have to achieve the maximum speed for the device. Next one, drawbacks. So time or expense of a design or a buying the standard cell libraries. So time needs to fabricate all the layers of the ASIC for each new design. So that is the main drawback of that standard cell based ASIC. Next one, gate array based ASIC. In the gate array based ASIC, the transistors are predefined on the silicon wafer. So in the silicon wafer, the transistors are to be predefined. So there is a two classifications: base cell, base array. The smallest element that is replicated, that is called as base cell. The predefined pattern of the transistors, that is called as base array. So masked gate array, that is called as MGA. So only layers which define the interconnect between the transistors are defined by the designers using custom mask. So the designers choose from the gate array library, that is called as predefined and pre-characterized logic cells, that is called as macros. So the macros is nothing but pre-designed and pre-characterized logic cells, that is called as macros. So gate array design styles. So prefabricates a transistor array. So needs wiring customization to implement the logic. You have to see in the diagram. So there we are to using the NOR gates for the interconnections, NOR gate, and finally we are to using some own NAND gate for the connection. This is one example. You have to see in the example. So first we have to using the two NOR gates. You have to see in the second diagram. So first one, prefabricated transistor array. You have to see each block which having the prefabricated transistor array. So there is a lot of pins are there. So there is some IO pads are there. There is a customized wiring are there. You have to see in the diagram, there is a lot of customized wiring. So needs wiring customization to implement the logic, that is called as gate array design style. So since only metal interconnections are unique for the MGA device, so we can use prefabricated wafers, that is called as turnaround time is reduced to a few days or at most a couple of weeks. So cost for all the initial prefabricated steps for MGA are shared for each customers. So the cost of the MGA is reduced compared to FC and CBIC, that is called as different classifications. We already discussed about that. So channeled, channelless, structured array. So these are the different types of the gate array based ASIC. First one, channeled gate array. So there is a space between the rows. There is a space between the rows. You already discussed this topic. And next one, channelless gate array. You have to see in the diagram. So there is a no channel, that is called a sea of gates. There is a no channel between the cells. So this is one example for the sea of gates. You have to see the design. There is a lot of NAND gates are there. This design is called as sea of gates for that implementation. You have to see there is some interconnections, x1, x2, x3, f1, function 1. So depending upon the outputs, we have to cutting the inputs. This is one example for the standard cell based design. So structured gate array, it is similar to, we discussed about that. There is the embedded blocks. It is the combination of the CBIC and MGA. We are to using that embedded blocks in the design. So lower layers are fully or partially built, that is called, designers are left with routing of the wires and they may placing some blocks, that is called as that lower layers are fully or partially built up. Next, what are the benefits? So the performance is very good performance, and also size is very good size, and it having the less NRE cost. So for example, for the full implementation, full custom implementation, the cost is which is to be comfortable. Next, drawback, still requires weeks to develop, weeks to months. So it takes some time to developing that device. So pre-manufactured components with the programmable interconnect. So CAD tools greatly reduce the design effects, and low design cost, low cost, high unit cost, lower performance. So these are some advantages and drawbacks. The performance wise, it is compared to other one, the performance wise it is not a better performance. That is the main drawback in that design. Next topic, SSI slash SPLD. So we already know. So PLD means SSI means small scale integration. So PLD means programmable logic device. Design styles. First, ABC, you have to see the three diagrams. First one, 4-bit comparator. It is an example for the 4-bit comparator. In the diagram, you have to see x1, x2. We have to XOR the value, next x2, y2, next x3, y3, next x4, y4. So after that XORing operation, we have to perform the NOR. We have to adding and complementing that operation. And finally, we have to NAND, perform the NAND operation. This one is an example for the 4-bit comparator. So we have to designing the 4-bit comparator by using the SSI, and finally we have to using the SPLD implementation. First one, SSI, you have to see there is a 74LS86 with represent the XOR gate. XOR gate, and second one it represent the NOR gate, and finally the third one with represent the NAND gate. You have to see the connection. It is very simple. So x1, y1, we have to take any inputs x1, y1, and the third part you have to see the blue color line. The blue color line which is to be from the 74LS86, which is to be connected to the next NOR gate of the X74LS02, that is called as NOR gate. And once again X2 Y2 we have to performing the NOR operation, and the output which is to be connected to the one of the input of the 74LS02. Similarly X3 Y3, similarly X4 Y4. So the output of the X3 Y3 and X3 X4 Y4 which is connected to the 74LS02, that is called as NOR gate. So now we have to getting the two NOR operation. After that we have to perform the NAND operation. So once again we have to perform multiplication and complement, that is called as NAND operation. The final third IC, you have to see the third IC. So the output of the two NOR gate which is to be connected to the input of the NAND gate, and finally F is the function, that is called as output. We are getting the output from that 74LS, that is called as a particular NAND gate. So this one is the small scale implementation, small scale integration SSI implementation. And the figure C which shows the PLA, programmable logic array implementation, that is called as SPLD, programmable logic array. So that is called as SPLD implementation. You have to see in the diagram, first one X1, X2, X1 Y1, X2 Y2, X3 Y3, X4 Y4. We have to using the perform the complement gate also, X1 bar, X2 bar, X3 bar, X4 bar. Similarly Y1 bar, Y2 bar, Y3 bar, Y4 bar. So first one AND OR implementation. First we have to using the AND array. So we have to AND operation of the two elements, for example X1 and also Y1 bar. So similarly, so whatever the need, whatever the expression, depending upon the expression, first we have to perform the AND array operation. So after that we have to perform the OR array operation, and finally we have to getting the output, that is called as F is the functional output, that is called as SPLD design, that is called as PLA, programmable logic array, whatever may be SPLD or PLA device. So first we have to perform the AND array, and next operation we have to perform the OR operation. Finally we have to getting the function output.